to introduce the players first, of course. Spawning in the top left corner of the map, Way Station, we have Recruit GG for the Clan and Rage Tempest. Spawning in the bottom right hand corner of the same map, Way Station, we have the Protoss player Star Galaxy for the Heralds of Apocalypse, already signing 2 wins in his name. So a very strong Protoss player, already shown his skill versus Zerg, and has also shown his skill against Terran already. So let's see what this game will show us. We do have the further possible locations to spawn, and I'm definitely curious to see if maybe Recruit is going to try to take a very quick island expansion by floating one of the command centers in that direction. That's something I definitely do want to see, so let's just hope for it the best we can. But the game is getting underway. The barracks for Recruit GG is being put down, and the gateway is coming through for Star Galaxy as well. So no Nexus first or command center first shenanigans, but a very quick refinery behind this to get that Reaper out. At least I will assume that it's going to be for a Reaper. There's not really a point to get a very fast factory, I believe, or maybe he wants to go for a lot of Hellions to go for a nice run by with it. But the SFE is also making its way across the map to scout the base of Star Galaxy. Currently Star Galaxy is playing completely in the dark, and let me also update the scoreboard. 3 points for the Heralds of Apocalypse, 2 points for Enraged Tempest. Now the gateway is finished up. It will most likely be followed up by the Cybernetics core as soon as possible, and the Reaper will come out of its cage once it is done constructing. Now also a very nice pylon placement by Star Galaxy so far, because the Reaper does not have, well, it does have quite a bit of space to jump into the main base of Star Galaxy, but the pylon is on the other side of the base where the Reaper will have to commit quite a bit of life if he wants to make it that far. Also, it will make it a lot harder for Recruit if he wants to use a scan to scan the entire main base with the surroundings of the pylons. But the engineering block has gone down. The SCV that is constructing it does lose its life, but it will deny a lot. It will delay the Nexus going down quite a lot. And behind this, Recruit is going for the reactor on the barracks and the command center on the low ground. And will... Okay, the Reaper is going to try to take out that probe. The engineering bay does get cancelled, but the Reaper loses its life going for that probe. So the Nexus will be delayed quite a bit, but that means that the Reaper will not get a scout out of, and he will not know if the Nexus will actually be put down or if there's very quick tech behind this already, and that Star Galaxy might go one base. Now the Stalker and Zealot are being sent across the map, and he's going for the Mothership core once again. It's still, he likes to get it quite late, I would say. Not focusing on that gas so much in the beginning of the game. And also we see the Forge. Now while we see the bunker is not done just yet, so he's going to go for that SCV. That bunker will not complete just yet, but there's another SCV that is being pulled off from constructing the command center, and maybe that Stalker might even want to try to go past it to get more SCV kills, but I don't think so, because he will lose that Stalker for sure. Now the Zealot is being sent back across the map, and the Stalker will keep the map control, because there's no way that the Marines should be able to kill a Stalker without Stimpack on the Marines or concussive shells on a Marauder. Now also behind us we do see that a robotics facility, and will we see the exact same build we saw last game? I'm starting to think it is, and in this game I believe that in this base the ramp is even a little bit bigger, and there's no high ground advantage anywhere. It's just completely open. And there's the scan going down. It does spot everything, the Forge, the robotics facility, and the extra gateway being added. But currently he is still producing from one gateway in total. Now the Marines are moving out, getting rid of that Stalker. It does not lose its life. luckily. And looking at the current worker count, we see that Star Galaxy is actually quite far ahead with 35 probes against 27 SCVs, so 8 worker count. But the SCVs, or the Marines, are going to keep pushing, and he wants to get that photon overcharge going down for sure. But the mothership core, yeah, the mothership core is in the main base. It does have enough energy, and he's just going to pick at these Marines as much as he can. I believe those Marines will be sacrificial. It would be amazing if he didn't lose that sentry, but it does not have any energy. Now, anyway, and he does not want to commit fully with those Marines, and it would be amazing if he would send out the Stalkers to pick off those Marines that are left, because the Stalkers are quicker than those Marines. Now, he did not do any damage with that. I believe that he killed 2 workers in total. One was the scout already, and one was at that ramp, and the other one was, of course, when the Reaper was denying the Nexus. Now another Marine makes his way across the map. He's going to try and take this Xel'Naga tower. I'll close this menu real quick because it looks so ugly when it's always open. And he's actually going for that Stimpack and combat shields at the same time. The factory is also finishing up that reactor, so there will be medevacs coming out real soon, and everything is being spotted by Star Galaxy. So a very similar build from what we saw last time. We see the Templar Archives finishing up right now. The +1 attack also coming through. Most likely we will see that +2 armor being researched as well once the +1 attack is finished. Now Zealot Charge is also on the way. No blink just yet. So I guess we'll see a lot of Immortals. We'll see a lot of High Templars. And we'll see a lot of Zealots going to barrel down on the entrance of Recruit's base. So let's see if that will be able to be held. The first medevacs are out. It will already make a huge difference if he does not commit to making any Vikings. More medevacs will be the wise choice, and he's going for double medevacs. But yeah, that's what he is doing, completely from seeing only the robotics facility just yet at this time. But he does not know that he's getting a little bit mind game. There are no Colossi coming through. And another scan is going down. He does spot a lot of those High Templars, so let's see if he will respond the same way by getting that Ghost Academy down, and there it goes. There are 2 medevacs making its way across the map to the base of Star Galaxy. It was spotted, and the observer sees it too. Let's hope that he can pull the units back in time, but he's going to lose that one pylon for sure. And there are concussive shells. One pylon being lost, but for the rest, nothing else. Will he lose one of the medevacs? No. He got very close. And there's no way that he can still drop with those, because they are so low on health, and it's too risky to lose 10 supply in the blink of an eye. But Storm is finishing up, and I believe that that will be the cue for Star Galaxy to start pushing quite soon. And the probe is being sent out across the map to put down the proxy pylon. A third base is in construction by Recruit, and I hope that he is realizing that this is exactly the same build from Star Galaxy that he used in the last game. War Prism is also with this army, and let's hope that he does not lose it for free this time, because then the engagement would be so much more exciting. Ghosts are out already, the first one at least. 2 more ghosts are in production right now, and the third command center is just halfway done. Star Galaxy going for the third base behind this, while he moves out with a lot of zealous High Templars and Immortals. Now he does have a smaller amount of High Templars in this push, and the Marine is being sent out, so he will most likely spot everything that is coming his way. He sees the War Prism coming through, and he does see that a lot of more from the army is coming through with the Marine he had at the Watchtower. Now he seems to be pulling back. He does not want to commit, it looks like, because the observer did spot what is at the front, and I don't think he wants to push into that. Already too many ghosts for his liking, because the EMP is also very effective on that Immortal because they will take full damage from Marauder shots once those shields are down. Now the third base will be finishing up for our Protoss player, and he will be going into Colossi as well. So no all-in by any means from any of the players. And still a Stalker and a Zealot at the front to deny any scouting. Also, I like the decision to go for Blink. Oh, and we see a very early fourth Nexus as well. He's getting to be a little bit greedy because the third Nexus is only just finishing up. And the main natural base, yes, they are getting low on minerals, but there's still quite a few left to produce some extra units. And a War Prism with 4 High Templars is being sent out. Did he actually spot for that third base location already? No, he did not, but I guess he will assume that it's there. There are not a lot of SCVs in this location, but he's going to drop it anyway. Let's see where that scan was being put down. I can't completely see it because a lot of those SCVs did go down. We saw 12 workers being killed by Star Galaxy already, and there are still 4 High Templars in that in that War Prism. He cannot unload just yet because the units are in position. I don't know why those Widow Mines are not just burrowed, because I believe that 2 Widow Mine shots will kill off the War Prism, which has the 200 energy, so it will die for sure. Now scan on his army to deny any observer that is in his way, to know the positioning of that army, because that's the advantage that he wants to get. And we do see the move out. The upgrades are slightly in favor of Star Galaxy right now. +2 attack is finishing up, but so is +2 attack for Star Galaxy. And I would almost think that he is looking to go for some sort of drop or anything like that. He is so intensively scanning his main army without spotting for the observer. We do have quite a little bit of lag. Star Galaxy is lagging again, unfortunately. So let's see what that will bring. I'm not quite sure how much damage a recruit is able to do with this push out, because yes, there are a lot of ghosts in this army already, but there are 2 Colossi in production at the time, and I'm not and Thermal Lens is finishing up. So by the time he hits the base of Star Galaxy, he will have those units out, and he does have Storm as well. Blink is also almost done, and I don't believe that he has a lot of Vikings in this composition. Let's just hope that Star Galaxy does not lose the connection to the game. I would definitely hate seeing that. Now just a few seconds left, and I guess then the victory will go to recruit, and then we have to remake from replay. There we go. Hitting the 0. Oh, he is still in the game. He is back with us. We don't have to remake. Very happy about that. One of the Marines gets sent forward to see what is going on. That was either a very long alt-tab lag, or there is something wrong with the connection. Now he might just be able to pick off this location. There are 3 High Templars right there. They all have energy for a storm, but not anymore. Great EMP hitting all of them. And the army of recruit is going to try to get the damage done. 3 Colossi already out. 5 Immortals are backing that up. Only 2 Vikings are trying to get the damage done on those Colossi, but they will take a long time before that. The Zealots are coming in from the back, but the Widow Mines will do a lot of damage to those units. And there's no anti-air here actually, so those Vikings can just continue taking out the Colossi and not survive. Another scan to get rid of the observer as well. But no economic damage was really done to Star Galaxy in this engagement, and he is economically quite far ahead as well. We see the War Prism coming through as well into that main base with 1 High Templar, because the SCVs will be quite clumped up. Oh, he should definitely pick up again. Going for that storm, getting 1 kill and getting 3 kills more, I believe. He has to get out of there. It would be very nice if he can save that as well. And we are going to get ready for the late game. A lot more Vikings are in production, being produced 2 at a time. He does not have a second starport, I believe. No, he does not, but the upgrades, I would say, are quite far ahead for Star Galaxy at this time, and going for a Dark Shrine to get that extra harassment option down as well. Also 4 more barracks are in production for Recruit, and that 4th base is finally coming through. But Star Galaxy has already been mining from this 4th base location quite a bit. So let's see if the response to get that 4th base for Recruit was not too late. Now currently both players are just getting their upgrades done, getting the perfect composition. 3 more ghosts are coming out and preparing for a lot of tech labs on those barracks, and let's see what he's going to produce from them. Will there be Mirage, or will he just go mass ghost at this time? Now +3 is coming through, +4 Recruit I mean, and +3 attack is finishing up. And the +3 attack is also finishing up for our Protoss player. And let's see, yeah, he's going into those shield upgrades behind us immediately as well. So we do see the higher tech and going for a 5th base as well. He wants to stay 1 base ahead of the Terran player. You do not see a lot of Protoss players being able to do that. And 4 Dark Templars are being warped in to get any harassment done they can, and that can be very annoying to deal with because they will pull a lot of the army out of position as well. And with so many Vikings, it's not always possible. He's just going to focus down that command center. He can't just lift off, but wow. That command center is already at half health, and these Dark Templars are being kept all together, so 1 scan would potentially be able to take it all out. But the base was denied just a little bit longer. 1 Dark Templar is being sent back there, and at this time it would almost be worth it for Star Galaxy. With the economic lead, he has to get 1 scan at a time every time. Now the observers are very nicely placed around the map for him, and the Marines are being sent out, but they will be killed off a lot easier. Another Dark Templar at the Xelnaga tower to see to harass just a little bit more, but Recruit decides to just lift up and get those units out of there, not even bothering to scan it. And I'm not quite sure how much I like that decision. Using the scans to get rid of those Dark Templars can be very nice, but he's now using a scan that is completely doing nothing. He's just scanning for pylons most likely, but it's very nice to see those Marines going everywhere. But looking at the army compositions, we do see 18 ghosts for Recruit. This is a very nice number. He can blanket EMP that entire army, and we see 10 Vikings. But I would suggest to get a few more Vikings, because 7 Colossi will wreak havoc on your army, and there are only 6 High Templars out. Not a whole lot, but most of them are clumped together. 4 in this little pack right there. And there must be a few more in the main base, just banking up that energy. So it will completely depend on the engagement, and both players are just getting their banks up as high as they can. And another base being taken by Star Galaxy. Wow, he's being quite passively in this stage of the game, sending out 2 more High Templars behind the mineral line. I believe he wants to go for a storm of the mineral line at this 4th base location. It looks like we're going to have a little bit of an engagement. The Vikings are being sent forward. No blink just yet. A storm going down on that army, losing 3 Colossi for all of the Vikings. So he has to remake them again, and he did not get all of the Colossi, so he cannot really engage into this. He has to be very careful with that. And I don't believe that there were no EMPs being used on that army. Now I'm not quite sure what those High Templars are doing right there. They do have a beautiful view of the planets floating around them, but they are not very useful at this stage. Another set of command centers is being produced. He wants to get rid of his SCVs. He wants to grow his army, but it looks like Star Galaxy is moving out with most of his army. Is producing now Colossi, 3 at the time. I'd love to see him get a lot more gateways, because he does have a lot of money to get extra gateways, and those warp-ins can be very nice for a Protoss player to have. Sometimes even going mass DT after you lose your army when you have a large bank can just kill the Terran outright if you had a very even trade. Another Viking gets taken down. Very nice usage of those Stalkers, but he does not have a whole lot left. The 5th base was being put down by our Terran player, but it will get denied by one of the Dark Templars. So will the missile turret be. And a very nice storm. Wow, a great storm. 8 kills for that High Templars who snuck into that base. And maybe he's even going to try to get behind the army and get a storm in from behind. Very nice to spread those out. The army is being sized up by Recruit right now. Going for the tech lab, just delaying the production just a little bit more every time. The army is moving out to the low ground. I don't like that position to fight him for it, but the Vikings can get a better location with that ledge. Personal cloaking for those ghosts is coming through, which can be very annoying. There are 3 observers in production right now. He does smell that something is wrong with this Terran, getting the cloaking done. But don't lose your stalkers for free. I wouldn't say that that's a good idea. There's the blink back, pulling back those units just before losing them all. But the planetary fortress for Recruit has been established right here. And wow, the Dark Templar is denying the landing of one of the command centers. Ghost will use an EMP to detect it and another snipe behind it to get rid of it. But the High Templar will get the feedback on it. So it will get delayed quite a bit more. Another Dark Templar is going in to attack the planetary fortress when it is morphing in. And those stalkers, he's just keeping the poke on those stalkers. Now losing a few marauders on the side of the game of Recruit as well. And this is shaping up to be quite a long game. We are very far into the late game. And look at that mineral bank that Star Galaxy has. And Recruit definitely does not have so much money in the bank right now. So he can trade a few armies. So Star Galaxy can definitely trade a few armies away. But Recruit does not have the option to just replace his army with what he has. Very nice blink. Getting rid of another medevac for the cost of 1 stalker, and that's definitely a trade that he is able to take. And I would like for Recruit to just get rid of a few SCVs right now to increase the size of his army, because his army is pretty much as strong as it can get. And just keeping the poke on with the stalkers. The missile turret at the 5th base location is secured, along with 2 planetary fortresses and a ghost. I do not believe that High Templars can, or Dark Templars can do any more damage right here. I'm not completely sure if it's possible to storm the mineral line with a High Templar on the high ground. I'm very curious to see that actually. A lot of Vikings on the map, and the ghosts are being cloaked. They will get quite a few stalker kills. And I do believe that there are some observers. There's 1 observer right here. If it gets sniped, there's no detection in this location. So he has to be very careful with that. On the map, there are 4 observers spread out. He has 1 behind, 1 through every pathing. Through every pathway, I mean, of course. And once he loses this, yes, he does have that one, but does he actually have the move speed for it as well? No, I would love to see him get that one as well, because if he loses it, he will have to replace them. And observers are so incredibly slow, so it would be nice if he can just replace them. Now 1 stalker almost, 1 ghost almost gets killed off, but they get healed up by medevac so quickly. And also they have so much health as well, especially with that +3 armor. Now so far, Star Galaxy has taken every base on his side of the map, even taken 1 more than half. And the Zealots are going for a run by into that 5th base location, I should call it, being supported by a High Templar. Let's see if it can get a nice juicy storm off, and it can. 20 kills on that 1 High Templar. I would definitely say that is worth it. And while the army is being pulled away, Star Galaxy is going to try to make something happen in the production facilities of Recruit. The Zealot harassment was cleaned up and didn't lose 1 of the planetary fortress, although 1 got very low. But a very good location for the Vikings right here. Blink forward from Star Galaxy, and I would say that that's an overextension. He's going to lose a lot of the army right here. And let's see how that will be. Recruit is going for it. He's just going all out. And let's see if the storms will make the difference. Very nice storms are going down, but unfortunately for Star Galaxy, they do not stack. None of the Colossi is left, and Recruit is going for it right now. The bank of Star Galaxy is huge, but it does not seem like he is using it fully. Recruit does have that a very nice lead in his supply right now. And the cloak ghosts are doing so much damage, and I don't believe there's an observer here. No, a few stalkers are left, but no detection. More zealots are being warped in, but still without a detection, those ghosts are going to do a lot of damage. And those ghosts still have so much energy, and they have so much damage output, especially against zealots. This base is going to fall really quickly, but he still has a lot of bases behind this. 3 immortals are being constructed at the time. Constant scans going down because he wants to catch every observer he can get. But once this is done, he will have very little energy left for any more AMPs. And look at that Archon ball being constructed right there. So a very good engagement for Recruit. Star Galaxy lost a lot of very expensive units. While one immortal being caught out in the open. You don't see ghosts killing an immortal very often. Here we did see it. Very good EMP, not catching, finally catching one of the Archons, it seems. But you don't want to fight with your Archons in that choke. More zealots are coming through. How many gateways are we on? We are on 17 warp gates, a very nice number. Those Archons are doing so much damage. I don't believe there's any more. There's still energy for EMPs, but it's just not necessary just yet. The power is just enough, but more zealots are coming in from the back, and they will be finally able to clean this up. Now more ghosts are coming in from the back. Those charge lot do so much damage to them as well. More Dark Templars being warped in. And looking at the current state of the game, Star Galaxy has survived that attack from Recruit. Looking at the resources lost, it's actually quite even, but our Protoss player Star Galaxy did lose quite a bit more expensive units. This High Templar is just waiting to get a nice juicy storm off on that mineral line, because the bank of Recruit is actually quite low. He really needs to get the mules mining to get any income. And let's see at the income actually. Recruit is currently quite far ahead because of those mules, but once they time out it will be a lot lower for him. But let's see how many orbital commands he has. 7 orbital commands, that's quite a lot of mules you can drop. But still, he's on 54 workers, and I'm not quite sure if such a high number is needed. I would love to see him lose a few SCVs more, and that's also the reason why it's not useful for Star Galaxy to get any more harassment done, because the more SCVs Recruit has at this time, it means the less the less army supply he is able to use. And 4 Colossi have already been re-established. Well, one seems to be going the other way. But it would be amazing if he can deny one of the mining bases one more. If he can just get rid of the command centers, not get rid of the SCVs per se, but just getting rid of effective mining for him. Because his mineral bank is constantly under 200. It won't get under over 500, and a lot of stalkers trying to barrel down, but the repair was just in time to get rid of them. And the island base will finally be taken, and I don't think that Star Galaxy will see that anytime soon. Again, the stalkers are coming in, going for the kill on that command center, but they will not get it with the repair going down in time. Does he have any immortals in this army as well? Yes, he has 2 immortals, and they can be very useful. The ghosts are cloaking, but they cloak right on top of that observer. As long as Recruit does not scan above his army, Star Galaxy is in a great location, but he does scan the main army at the front to see what is going on. But currently, Star Galaxy really has a great vision of what is going on with the army of Recruit. He can definitely see everything, and I'm also quite curious why he's not going into into the armor upgrades for his Vikings. He just wants to get the attack upgrade, but none of the army is being used. Wow, not even getting one of the ghosts for his troubles. Another zealot being annoying at the star port at the bottom left is completely mined out as well. So the army of Recruit can definitely focus on that right hand side, but eventually he will just starve out completely if he does not yeah, he will have this base left, but he will not be able to get the SCVs at that location. And for the rest, yes, there's another island expansion. For the rest, Star Galaxy has taken all of them. Another small engagement. Stalkers going for the Vikings and the wow, the Colossi are going down so fast. It looks like no, there is no detection here again. The Vikings just taking out the detection so incredibly fast. There's no storm on that High Templar. It gets taken out immediately. There are some Stalkers left, but now look at the supplies. Recruit has definitely pulled this game into his advantage at this time, because Star Galaxy does have a lot of money, but he does not have the army to support it at this time. Nothing being produced from a robotics facility at all. The gateways will most likely be all in cooldown. He is sending a lot of zealots to the 5th base of Recruit, trying to get the army to turn back, but it looks like Recruit is trying to go for the kill. The Vikings are not really doing a whole lot at this time. There's just nothing they can do. And a lot of Dark Templars have been sent in, just also trying to go for the kill. Definitely Recruit has to pull back now, because there are just so many bases for Star Galaxy at this point, and those production facilities will go down so incredibly quickly. The 5th base has fallen for Recruit. Wow, don't underestimate those Dark Templars, and there's more Stalkers going in the direction of the previous 4th location. And the ghosts are at the base of Star Galaxy right now, and it looks like we are going to have a base trade scenario. More more Stalkers are coming in from the left side. You should definitely focus on that a little bit more. But those ghosts look so juicy to. It looks just so juicy to to feedback from a lot of High Templars. And this base is on an island, so if he loses his entire main base, he will not have the tech to go to that location, and we will have a stalemate. Well, there are still probes on every location. He's going to rebuild a lot of those gateways, and let's hope that he can rebuild the tech before he loses it. Getting the Dark Shrine down again will be very useful. A forge, the High Templars, the robotics facility will also be very useful. And the main base of Recruit is getting ransacked. Star Galaxy has been pulling ahead with the warp gate possibility again, but Recruit has not been able to produce with Star Galaxy bearing down his main base and trickling out those reinforcements. So the main base for Star Galaxy has fallen. All the tech will be taken out as well. No more Dark Templars just yet. No more High Templars. No more Stalkers even. Only Zealots is what he can produce. At least, yeah. In this overlay, I cannot really see it actually, but there are only really one mining base for Recruit right now, and I believe it will fall very well. This first one will fall really quickly, but this island base has still not been detected by Recruit just yet. And if he believes that this is the last base, then he's going to have a very bad time, as the beam says it. Going for that missile turret first will be amazing. He can just send in the Dark Templars to do the rest, because I believe there's still a lot of Dark Templars left on this map. The missile turret did go down, so there's no point to keep to attack with the Stalkers anymore. The army of Recruit is making its way back, but I would definitely favor Star Galaxy right now. If you can just get that Stargate out. Some nice feedbacks are going down. It's not going to make a whole lot of difference, but it looks like slowly these SCVs will all die. 11 workers are left, 5 at this time, and they are all in this main base. A factory being constructed at the island location to get that to keep that tech going. Photon overcharge was actually dropped on that Nexus. Very nice to see that still going down. A lot of High Templars sniping a lot of those Ghost as well. But the base at the bottom is still being mined completely, and these two bases have not been spotted by Recruit at all, and a lot of pylons are in this location as well. Oh. Excuse me, I do have some trouble with my headset right now, but the base trade will continue, and I'm really sorry about this. The cable is just a little bit too long, so it drags on the floor. Okay, there we go. And now the Vikings are even landing. There's just nothing in the air for Star Galaxy right now. I don't know. There's a big engagement coming down. A lot of Archons in this location, but also a lot of Stalker Zealots coming in as well. The supply for Recruit is plummeting, and it looks like there's just nothing left for him. There's a GG. Star Galaxy taking this final fight for the Heralds of Apocalypse, getting the win for his clan. Very strong play from Star Galaxy. Very impressive to see this happening. I'm sorry for the little bit of hardware malfunctioning at the end of the game, but a lot more High Templars were actually joining the fight after this.